Hello everyone, I'm Tom Standage, Deputy Editor of The Economist and Editor of The World Ahead 2022. This is the 36th year that we've published our Future Gazing Annual, which now appears in over 90 countries and more than 20 languages, and we're delighted at the launch of this Nigerian edition. Our core mission at The Economist, both in the weekly newspaper and in the World Ahead Annual, is to prepare readers for the future by helping them spot emerging themes and trends and by equipping them with the intellectual tools that they need to respond. We aim to broaden our readers' horizons, introducing them to ideas and concepts that we think should be on their intellectual radars in future, to give them a sense of the wider possibilities of where the world might be going. Future gazing is particularly difficult at the moment, but that also makes it particularly valuable. From the unpredictability of the pandemic, to the unexpected changes in weather patterns caused by climate change, to the sudden outbreak of war in Ukraine, there's a sense that we've entered a new era of uncertainty. There's a recognition that old certainties no longer apply, and things can and do change overnight. The outbreak of war in Ukraine is the most striking example. Vladimir Putin has, through his actions, caused a bigger change in Europe's military and security position in 1 month than we've seen in the past 30 years. But the conflict's impacts reach far beyond Europe. The sudden increases in the prices of oil, food, and other commodities are being felt globally, and particularly in developing countries where energy and food account for a larger proportion of household spending. Of course, producers of those commodities may benefit from higher prices. Sudden changes always create winners and losers, but it's a reminder that in a connected world, a war on one continent can affect people everywhere. Climate change is another example of a global challenge whose impact is felt all around the world, but is felt unevenly. African nations have done the least to contribute to global warming, but they seem likely to bear the brunt of its impact. After the disappointing outcome of the COP26 climate conference in Glasgow last year, consumers and investors around the world are increasingly looking to the private sector to step up and demonstrate the leadership on climate action that politicians have signally failed to provide. Companies are under pressure to show that they take ESG considerations seriously. Addressing climate change will require coordinated efforts by governments, companies, and citizens. New technologies will also play their part, and in the World Ahead 2022, we provide an overview of 22 emerging technologies that we think are worth keeping an eye on this year. Many of them are green technologies that provide new, more sustainable approaches in areas from aviation to construction to food production. What is clear is that to navigate the unpredictable environment of the coming months and years, you will need to expose yourself to as many ideas as possible, understand the broadest range of possibilities, and take advantage of every tool that's available to you. And we hope that the world ahead will be one of them.